And welcome back, guys. Your boy Dindap. Thanks for tuning in for the new video. Now, in the last video, I was mining some protonium or some rich asteroids harvesting. So now we're back. Between these two videos, I was just browsing on Discord, and I saw something very interesting that gave me an idea. There was a question about how can you craft um ammo, and not how can you craft it, more of like how do you get to know, like how do you get uh the recipe for multi charges or drill charges and everything. And I just went through my mind that there are no explaining videos about these sort of things, like the really beginning of everything, right? So I thought of creating the video of how you start and also include those things because I think they're pretty important. They're often overlooked, and I think I've only seen like one video from Spanish a couple of years ago about it, which, you know, you have to find the video, you have to get there. So let's get into it. Okay, so how do you learn how to craft the ammo used by a weapon or by anything? Well, it's not explained anywhere, but it's pretty straightforward. Once you learn how to do a multi-tool, for example, you will learn how to craft the ammo for it. For me, I as you can see, I don't have it here. It's locked. I didn't learn it. But because I have this one that takes ammo multi-charge, then I know how to craft the regular ammo. Now let's go directly into the planet so we don't deal with all the bad stuff that's out here, even if it's not. Oh no, I'm shooting at pirates. Yeah, this it always happens when I forget to turn stuff off. 8,000 minus for pirates. Oh, I destroyed the outpost. Hmm. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Let's go on inside the planet. There are no moons on this planet. It should be a dead planet, so it shouldn't have stuff in it. But you never know. Actually, I'm supposed to know. So yeah, to be able to learn how to get ammo for stuff, like the look 12.7 sniper rounds or laser rifle charges, you just have to learn the Ingram for the weapon. This is for everything. Like, it doesn't matter what kind of weapon it is, you have to learn the Ingram. I've never used this defense drone. Huh. There's no information because probably you cannot craft it. Interesting. Yeah. So this is how you do it. Now, before I reach the planet, let's go into this craft hardware and the base one. There is water on this planet? Water. That's really good. On the distress call. Interesting. So there are still some things on this planet, even if it's supposed to be dead. Which is really interesting, actually. Most of the time, dead planets are just dead. Okay, this was pink, now it's white. Is it like bugged or something? So it's ruined mining compound. I'm getting a little bit distracted. I'm sorry, guys, but I've never seen this. Oh no, I've seen it previously. Yep. Unfinished escape rocket. Oh yeah, so there are the old structures. That's okay. It's really nice. Now, so this planet, it's very. Wait, map. It seems like you have radiation, breathable oxygen. Okay, that's good. Let's go next to a body of water while I'm crafting the rest of the things that I need. So first we'll go for some. Do we have steel plates? Yeah. We'll go for 50 of this. And what do you need for a basic SV? So for a basic SV, it's very laggy out here. I don't know why. I was skimming the ground. That's why. I see a lot of hit signatures. Uh, I hate it when it's night because the videos will always be so dark. Okay, let's find a flat place to build everything. It's actually a sheep. So weird. This dead planet, it's very weird and amazing at the same time. All right. So now let's just put down the ship and get going. Right. So because this is breathable atmosphere, you can get oxygen from it. And can we go down? I think we would probably need our ship so I don't have issues coming back on mine. Let's just grab the SV. I'm getting lost in my own ship, guys. Like if you can believe that. It's so annoying. Let's go down with this. We don't have shields, which is bad. But yeah. Oh yeah. So this is how you find pentaxid out here. Or it wasn't pentaxid. think that is. And that's why I was saying it's pretty hard to get it, because you can find it like that, I think, and you can find it in nodes, but they don't give you a lot. So it's weird. Oh, salt. What is this made of? Salt? Yeah. Oh my god. Amazing. Amazing place for salt. Yeah. Stop getting distracted. So now, for building your starter base, you need a couple of components that are really important. I would say build it on a planet where you can breathe, because oxygen is a resource that you will have to manage all the time. And when you go into space, you will also need oxygen. In most servers where you have regular types of armor, and nothing, upgraded, or you're just starting out and you definitely don't have something upgraded, then oxygen consumption is huge. Right now, my oxygen consumption, like I have a 1000 oxygen storage, so there is no modifier for consuming less oxygen on this. Hmm. But yeah, oxygen is a resource that you have to uh, take care of. So, what do you need for a base to get started? Is the starter, the base starter kit, like this one. Let's take a small vessel starter kit and a hover vessel. Let's grab some of this and that. Constructor in, and let's grab the rest of what we need. Okay. The most important stuff for a base when you start, you need a generator. Now, I'm gonna work with um, the special generators because they're still cheap, they're better, and I have them learned, so I don't need to learn others. Put this in. So you will need one generator. Then you will need. Where is the. Yeah. We need to learn them. Okay. So we are talking about. Where was it? Okay. This reinforced fuel tank is for small vessels and hover, and then you have the one for bases and capital vessels. So you go back to constructing, then here, and I am blind again. Oh, I need carbon substrate. Carbon substrate is stone. So let's go to harvester controller. Do we have any more stone here? No, but we have carbon substrate. I should have some stone somewhere. And some more carbon. Not cement. Let's put these two. I need a graphite. just to be there and take the steel blocks. Here I'll have the building supplies for that. Okay. Now we go back here and we craft. Where is the other? Oh yeah, here. So this is 240 carbon substrate. This is 24. Let's grab the small one. We don't need this one for to get the generator going. Okay, so you need those two. Those are the most important things. Now, if you would be on a planet without oxygen, you need the oxygen tank, oxygen station. Now, the next thing that it's a must is the clone chamber. So the clone chamber is the second most important thing after power. Because without power, nothing works. Now, you will be able to get a small constructor pretty fast. It doesn't take a lot of materials. Then upgrade it towards large, and when you find cobalt, when you find all the other resources, go for advanced. But at first you will have small or large constructor at most, depending on what kind of resources you find on the ground. Then we will need one container controller. Now, because I'm playing on a no weight CPU and a no weight server and no volume, I only need the controller. But let's say you are going to play on a regular server, then you will need container extensions. These work for um, for any type of server. Like if you have volume on and stuff, you will need this. Otherwise, no. Now, if you have an armor when you start, that's okay. If you don't have it and you find it, you will have to have an armor locker just to put the armor on. Again, this is not specific for Primal Rage Gaming, because here, when you teleport to the main area, to the room that I showed you in episode 2, I think, you will have armor lockers there, so you will be set. But if you start off on a regular place, then this is what you need. Now, second thing that you need is power. It's okay to have a fuel tank and a generator for power, but you need the fuel. Depending on what type of planet you're on, you might find enough stuff to fuel it up, or you won't. And in that case, you need solar panels and a solar capacitor. So you need both of these to get things going. Let's make a solar capacitor. And let's see, we go for this one because it doesn't ask for solar cells. So let's build 2 of them, 3 of them, and go on. Now, wind turbines, I don't think they work on this planet because the radiation is not less than 0.4 rad. Temperature wise, we should be fine, but that's it. And geothermal only works on certain planets, and that is not one of them. Now, for space building, gravity generators, lovely to have, not a must, but let's not get sidetracked. Okay, so another thing you have to know when you start building, get structural integrity on, at least until you get used to seeing how building works. So red, bad, but because this is a ship, it doesn't matter. For bases, it definitely matters. So I build a base. Now let's take this out. Let's put some just to demonstrate structural integrity. Now, the green is very good, structurally safe. Then it goes to darker green up to the red you see out there. Now, when you see it turning like this, you have two choices: stop building in this direction or build supports. Sometimes, because the game is not perfect, you will still have this one red, which doesn't make any sense. It doesn't matter. If you want to make it look better, just get something like this and pretend that's not red when you have structural integrity, because definitely this shouldn't be red. Now, you have the base. Now, you can build it as large as you want or small as you want, depending on your materials. Let's go for the basics. I need a generator, a fuel tank. Then you will need fuel, of course. So let's grab some fuel in the constructor output. That's way too much. For fuel, you can use different types. So let's go into constructor and try to see if I have them. So for fuel, you can use fuel cells, dual fuel cells, or this, the Promethium hydrocell. And you can even use biofuel. Biofuel is plant fibers. This is the easiest fuel that you can get. It's 10 watt hour and this is 30. So 3 of these equals 1 fuel cell, which is Promethium. Promethium is not native to planets, or to most of the planets that you're going to start on. You will find Promethium later on, but it's mostly in space or some planets, and moons. So yeah, you will go for biofuel. Now, you don't need too much biofuel to fill this tank. Like, you need 240. Now let's put in this, fuel it up, go into, let's do it like this, go into main, power it up, and now power left 399 hours. Why? Because you have zero consumption. The generator doesn't consume your power, so like by itself. Now, let's put in the cargo container and pretend we are on a server with volume. As you can see here, 8,000 volume. So if I put this in to K, and I can go off over it for 14K. Now, this would never be possible. Like, you would have to put in exactly 8K, or it will stop at 8K. In order for this to be higher, then you need this sort of container extensions. Now, you have different shapes for them, so you can actually make it look good. Let's sort this out. You can just do everything you want. Just remember, I think, is it different? I'm not sure if, oh yeah, the volume capacity is different. As you can see, different shapes give you different volume capacity. So 1 cube, it's 8,000, but then if you put this small corner, it's only 1,000 liters. So make sure you check this out before and just build something that would give you the most. So now, if we go here, we see we have 88,000 volume. The only thing that you have to keep in mind container controllers, you cannot place two of them on the same extension. You cannot place two container controllers next to each other, like here. So they cannot be connected. And when you start building and putting in extensions, you just make sure they are in the right way. Now, solar panels and solar energy, you just put it somewhere. The capacitor doesn't matter where you put it. The solar panels actually matter. So let's say we put one right here. And no. Find real. Let's do some resource. Okay. Now you will have here, it will show you how much energy it gets. If you place them correctly, you can get more or less energy. But because they are solar, right now we have 0. Now you can make systems that will look something like, let me get off this. So you can get one on top right here. Actually, one more. So we have to get like so, but one up. Maybe like so. Yeah, you get the point. Like, just put one up and one on the other side. So when the sun rises, the sun will go over here like it is. You see, it's not like real Earth, like the reality. It's a little bit on the side, but it's always the same. It doesn't move around. So when you place it, just make sure it's facing the sun, no matter what. So when it goes through, you will still have some energy. Now, the capacitors, they have a maximum amount that they can store. They are batteries, basically. And once this is filled, then the other energy that you're producing will just go to waste. But if you can keep them full, it's perfect. So another thing about power is always check the max output. Never have consumption greater than output, or these things will blow up. So it's kind of obvious that you cannot consume more than you produce, but sometimes you make mistakes. I made plenty of mistakes, and I got bases destroyed. Now, as you can see here, it says O2 tank missing because this is a basic building and they are trying to get you to build it correctly, and not only correctly, but completely. So let's create a small platform. I don't need this. Let's create a small platform on this side. Now you can use control, left control, to build like this. If I wouldn't mess it up. So like this. Or you can just drag and make lines. Okay, now that we have a small platform, let's actually make it a little bit bigger. There is something that most planets will have, not this because this is dead. Where is it? Statistics, next attack. So, depending on which type of system you're in, like who owns that territory, you will get attacked or not. If you are in open areas, like between territories, each planet will be owned by somebody unless it's a dead planet like this one, and it doesn't count. But if you go into a territory, it's definitely gonna be one of the factions that are in that territory. So every time you build a base, you'll get a timer here, which is like 2 or 3 days in game that you're gonna get an attack. And after a while, you'll get a very strong attack. So make sure you have some defenses if you build in enemy territory. Or let's say you build in Polaris territory, they will never attack you because you're neutral with them or friendly with them. So you're safe. But once you make a mistake and attack them, even if you're not here, you attack them somewhere else, your base will become a target. So even if you think you're safe, make sure you get some defenses. Usually, in terms of defenses, it's not such a big deal. So let's go to base. I think you can be safe at first. At least you can be safe with sentry guns, projectile turrets. Sentry guns if you decide to help with the defense yourself. Projectile turrets are way better. Then you have missile turrets. So I think like 4 of these defending your corners would be pretty good to fend off the first attacks, and then upgrade them as you move along. This is the basics of bases. For oxygen and stuff like that, you need ventilators. You will need ventilators and you will need oxygen tanks. Now you have water extractor that will give you water over time, like water containers that you can transform in purified water and use in recipes and a lot of other stuff. Then you have hydrogen extractors and oxygen extractors. Now these two are really good to have. They are unlocked at level 10 and level 20. Very good to have because you will get oxygen passively if you fuel it up. The fuel can be any type of fuel that you're using, like fuel cells, dual fuel cells, promethium hydrogen, or even the biofuel. So you can fuel it with anything. Then you will need an oxygen station where you can fill up your suit with oxygen. That's one of the most important stuff. Now, that's about it for bases. Yes, you have hydroponics to grow your stuff, and wireless. Yeah, the wireless connection is good if you want to transfer stuff really fast from your base to your ship, and you don't want to be sitting on your base because you don't have wireless connection. So yeah, this is like the basics. Make sure you have it. If you saw the last video when I was checking the ship, which show oxygen, you can have show airtight blocks. Not all blocks are airtight. So for example, if I build this here, like so, and then like this, and only 2, now I am not airtight inside. I don't know why these are not green, but they should be green. So if I close it out, now I will be airtight inside. But even these type of blocks You see, like you, they were supposed to be airtight or not. What is going on here? No, they are all airtight apparently. So that's different. They shouldn't be all airtight. I don't know what's going on. Or maybe I was missing something. But still, you have to make your entire base airtight. When it comes to doors, what is going on here? I think there might be an error with my game. I think that's what's going on right now. So yeah, even the doors, they can be airtight or not. As you can see in the middle there, it says airtight varies. So you can get doors that are not airtight. It varies. Force fields are always airtight. So even if you use blast doors that are not, you can use force fields behind them just to make them airtight. But that's later on in the game. So yeah, always make sure if you're on a planet that doesn't have oxygen, make it airtight. Get your oxygen, get your ventilators. You need one ventilator per room. If you have an airtight door between two rooms, then you will need two ventilators. So always make sure you have all of this. Now, in the next video, I will show you the basics of hover vessels and also the basics of um, small vessels. That's why I was building this small platform here, just to make sure you have space to build everything. Well, I will see you around, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, like and subscribe this video, and have a lot of fun playing the game.